We're moving right along. Our next guest, I met him a while ago. I think he's so damn funny, but there's also a lot underneath that as well, which we will get into. I love this next comic. You have seen him. Folks, you've seen this guy. At SF Sketchfest, Limestone Comedy Festival. You've seen him all around the city. He's an absolute barsmith of the comedic tapestry. Put your hands together right now for Joshua Stokes.
One of y'all is out of tune, but all right, it's fine. It's fine. All right. A little bit about me. I come from a long line of paranoid black people. That's my whole lineage. Like my grandpa, he's the most paranoid black person of all time. It was mostly because he was in the civil rights movement and he was cheating on his wife. A brick would come through the window. He had no idea who threw it. He was confused. The one time Brick came through, Brick would just land in the living room and he would just turn to a brick expert. He just pick up the brick and be like, as you can see, it's a Klan brick. He really had Klan striations on it. One time a brick came through the window wrapped in panties and it landed in the living room and his wife was like, whose panties are these? And he was like, the white man's. That's who panties. These are J. Edgar Hoover's panties. Himself. A lot of people don't know the civil rights movement was majority women. A lot of people don't know that. My grandpa did. That's why he joined, right? He was trying to get rights and pussy. That's a crazy Tuesday. That's the best. People also don't know there were a lot of gay people involved in the civil rights movement. My grandpa promoted it. He was behind it because he was for civil rights for all, but pussy for himself. Just for himself, down the middle. Okay, all right. I weird out these white people. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm like this because I didn't grow up with the father, and when you don't grow up with the father, people always ask you shit like, how'd you learn how to change oil and shit? How'd you learn how to change tires? And I tell them I YouTubed it. YouTube was my father. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why when somebody's like, the YouTube algorithm is homophobic and misogynistic, I'm like, yeah, it's my dad, dog. The fuck is your dad like, dog? It's my dad, dog. I don't know. I didn't have a dad, so I just had my mom's. Like, I had weird male role models. Like, I just had the dudes my mom would date. My mom used to date this dude named Will. He was a black trucker. He's the bravest dude I ever met, right? Because he's a black trucker. His whole entire job is just driving while black. That's his entire, just trying not to get pulled over, keeping both hands on the wheel. Okay. I had coaches. Coaches would also try to be my like male role models. Coaches are like dads in that they're also trying to fuck your mom. that's what coaches. That's how the coaches be acting, but they be trying to fuck your mom in athleisure, you know? You know what I mean? Just trying to fuck your mom in Under Armour. Nigga, put on some pants to fuck my mom, all right? Jeans and a belt to fuck my... Business casual and up to fuck my mom. You gotta really try. Niggas be stretching, just trying to... All right, never mind. Trauma, a lot of flashbacks. I had a strong black mother. And what I mean by that is she left me at Walmart various times. Cause we walk into Walmart and she'd be like, look, when I'm ready to go, if you're not by my side when I'm ready to go, I'm gonna leave you. And that's not a threat, that's a promise. She say that every time, and then I'd also be like, that's also a felony, Anita. She left me one time for 22 minutes, which is the exact amount of time it takes to drive from Walmart to our house and have one glass of wine. And really just think about it for 5 seconds. That's what she did. She thought about it. One time she left me at Walgreens. But that's actually like a good black parenting move. Okay, y'all don't know. Nobody watches black kids like the people at Walgreens. Right? They got eyes on niggas all the time. A little bit more about me. I'm a suburban black guy. I'm from the suburbs. I was in orchestra. I played the bass. I played the string bass, the stand-up string bass. You know what I mean? There's no string bass. Well, you got that shit back here. You play the stand-up string bass? You can play it? You play the stand-up. I chose to play the stand-up string bass mostly because when I was 12, I was sexually attracted to string basses. Y'all ever seen a string bass? You ever really looked at them hoes? Is thick as fuck, dog. They thick. My bass teacher, he tried to teach me how to hold. He was like, put your hands right here. That's how you hold a bass, Josh. I was like, nigga, get your hands out. Been waiting to get my hands on something like this my entire life. I make niggas real uncomfortable at the recitals. That's what I fuck with that. Right there. A lot of people don't know the difference between band and orchestra. Here's the difference, real simple. Band has all different types of instruments. Orchestra has all different types of Asians. That's the difference. Right? Orchestra's got Chinese people. It's got Filipino people. It's got black dudes who are in the anime. That's another type. Right? We all know niggas named Miles, right? We all know Miles. We all know Miles-faced black dudes, right? Okay. You gotta get out of here. Ever since I moved here, and I think I'm addicted to weed now. I'm addicted to weed. This is how I know. This is how I know I'm addicted to weed. Cause I went back to Texas, where I'm from, and I got sold weed by my home weed dealer, my hometown weed dealer, and this nigga just sold me weed in my hand, like without a bag. I went to this nigga to get weed. He just dropped raw nugs in my hand like this. And we just sprinkled him like this. He shackled him. And I caught him like this. And I wrapped him up and I walked home with my fist balled up like this. Right? Like you're angry at your stepdad. Like fuck Steve, right? Like fuck Ron. This nigga sell Hyundais. Fuck him. Like that's, you walked home like this. And then the weed got wet from the humidity in the Houston air. And I smoked the wet weed. You guys know the scientific term for smoking wet marijuana? It's called being addicted to marijuana. That's what. All right, you guys are great. Thank you for your time.
Keep it going for Josh Stokes, folks.
Wow, okay.
Oh yeah.
Just one question. Why does every member of the band look like a jazz musician from a different era? You know what I mean? That's the psychedelic era, you know what I mean? That's the era before niggas got rights, right? Nigga named. You ever seen Ahmad Jamal album? Sorry. The era when all the good jazz was in Tokyo, right? That's racist. That's just me. All right, that was fucked up. All right, I just got racist right there. Can we cut that part out? All right, that was my all right, I thought. There's a lot of great Asian jazz. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
Tokyo, the capital of Vietnam. Tokyo, the capital of Vietnam.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, well,
all right,
I'm just gonna.
Paris,
Can we end this conversation?
Well, let's
so hot.
Let's put the lens on you a little bit. I think the humidity of the hot Houston air is the most self-flattering way to say you had sweaty hands.
Okay, don't make it about me.
You're clutching weed nugs.
It's still illegal.
And
there.
you say it's the humidity of the hot Houston air. There was no air access to your closed palm. That's on you. That's on you. You made that weed wet, dude. Thank you for doing the show. Welcome to. I feel like I keep restarting the show. Welcome to the nighttime routine.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah.
So we met, I think, a while ago. I loved your stand-up, but you had a history. No, yes, but you had a history podcast that I was really interested in as well, and
yeah,
and it's now, we won't say defunct. It's gracefully concluded.
Yeah.
But it's a great podcast.
Okay, yeah.
And you're very history-minded, and
yeah.
I was not good at history when I was younger, but I'm very interested in
interested. Oh yeah. I mean, we talked a little bit about just like kind of some. I am from Texas, and I know a lot of like Texas like black cowboy history. Like they're coming out with that Bass Reeves series, and like how do you guys feel about it? Does anybody know about Bass Reeves? Make some noise if you know who Bass Reeves is. Okay, all right.
I think we're at 2.5 there.
That's not good.
Yeah.
All right, that's not. I don't think this series is gonna do well. That's. But there's Bass Reeves is like the officer, the like law enforcement officer with like the most arrests and most kills of any law enforcement officer in the Wild West. And he's like an old black dude. But that's people would love that series. The caveat to it is that he only arrested and killed black people. So so it's like a weird like mass incarceration story that like they're not. And when he arrested people, he would take them to the hanging judge, which is the judge in Fort Smith, Arkansas, that sent the most people to die. So it's just a real like it's a. They're trying to like promote a black historical figure that really just is the same exact thing as cops cops that we currently have.
It's tough because we do want these fucking badass role models. We want Django Unchained, but you're still gonna be attached to this existing. You said it's like we were talking about the juxtaposition of like the crazy wildlands of the frontier out west versus like what was going on in East Texas, right?
Yeah, when we talked on the phone, we talked about I think there's like this image of like the Wild West and like Comanches and like this border area and that being the most dangerous thing in Texas or in the Wild West. But it actually like it's more dangerous to be a black person in East Texas than it is to be like a settler. And during that time, specifically in Texas, I offer there's like two Bass Reeves. They're different like law enforcement figures that are funner. There's this guy named. Honestly, there's like Bass Reeves I know Bass Reeves. He says some fun stories, but there's this guy named the Terror. He was a black cop in like Texas, like right after Reconstruction in like the 1870 to 1872. His name was Merrick the Terror Trammell, and he was a pastor. And he would preach with a Bible and also a shotgun underneath his pulpit because the Bible was the word of God, and then the shotgun was the weapon of God that he had been given. And so there's this like incident with this. Basically, there's these two black cops that murder this white dude who's like an auctioneer called DC Applewhite. He's like being racist to black cops. The black cops end up murdering him because he pulls a weapon. It's like a common. Yeah. And then you have like these southern white people in Texas like, look how the cops treat us. It's a very fun. right. It's like in the 1870s. It's a very fun. And then Merrick the Terror Trammell comes in to save the day, and he just is yelling about how he'll whip 25 white people alone. And that's, there's more to the story, but like we don't have time. We don't.
Right, we don't have time. It was tough to whittle down what we were going to talk about, but I did find.
No, yeah, there's a lot. Like there's this organization called the Texas State Police after the Civil War when it was bad for black people in Texas, and they made the Republican military governor made a police force that was like 30% black. There's fun stories, but it's also a lot of like stuff that's like, this is just problems you're gonna have with every law enforcement organization. People pretending to be cops, cops just robbing people, cops, doing cop shit. So
a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
We're about out of time, but this you were telling me about but so this you're telling me about this book. It's not you didn't write this book.
No, I did not write this book.
But it's a good book.
Okay, I'm trying to think of the name of the book.
I do have it. It's The Governor's Hounds.
Yeah, The Governor's Hounds. It's about the Texas State Police, the creation of them, and then like also what it was like to be a black person after the Civil War in Texas. So pretty interesting.
For sure. I'm gonna read it myself, so let's maybe a little nighttime routine book club type action. Why not, right?
All right, yeah.
Josh, thank you for being here. One more time for Josh Stokes, everybody.